Hey guys, so I just needed to jump on here and let you know that I am not going to be able to do the podcast that I said I was going to do tonight. This is just part of being transparent, and my talk was going to be on some of the struggles that are going on in my personal life. And those struggles are continuing tonight, and then they have been for about 4 weeks. Um, my daughter, my 7-year-old, if you've watched my podcast called My 7 Years with Jillian, you know how special she is. She is an empath, and her older sister died in January, and about a month ago, the grief started happening for her. Um, and it's not grief in a normal way, not that grief has a normal way, but she is angry. She is so angry. And she has also, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, been diagnosed with OCD, with intrusive thoughts, which is what my oldest had, who passed away. So she is doing these repetitive things, and one of those things is not sleeping anymore. She used to sleep 13 hours a night. She was always an amazing sleeper, and she's getting maybe 4 hours a night now, maybe. We haven't gone to sleep before about 2 or 3 a.m. in about 4 weeks. And I just spent 4 hours in her bedroom with her trying to get her to sleep. And she's just angry and confused and sleep deprived. And it's been so very hard. And my heart is broken for her because, she was raised by me and by me alone. And for the first 6 years of her life, I was in such extreme fight or flight, working an over full-time job as an advocate with trauma, and that's all she knew was fear. I was trying to keep her alive instead of just raising her, because I've lost 3 children and she wasn't expected, and it just threw me into the greatest fear ever. And I was constantly checking her temperature, constantly asking her if she was okay, and I just put that fear in her. And now she is over 7 and her conditioning is done. And to try to recondition someone who just became conditioned is quite difficult. And my struggle is real. And I know there's others out there who experience similar things. And I failed, and now that my feet are on the ground and I've gone through my healing, and I have, you know, learned to love myself and forgive myself, I have a little mini me who is more angry than any child I've ever seen. And she's happy during the day, but it's when bedtime comes, and that's when her thoughts come and her anger comes, and she's just unable to sleep. And so tonight, she actually just fell asleep. It's 11 o'clock, and that's the earliest she's fallen asleep in at least 4 weeks. So I need to go to sleep. I need to take this time to go to sleep. But tomorrow morning, I will be on here. I've got the whole thing written out, and I'm going to explain to you everything that's happening and why and how I plan to start reconditioning her. And let me tell you, to recondition a child who was just conditioned, she's 7, that's when the conditioning stops and they become who they are. It's going to be the task of my life, and it already has been. And I'm in the middle of my 2-month long treatment for my liver, which I'm supposed to be resting a lot. And it's just been more than hard, more than difficult. And I wanted to share a lot of it with you, all of that truth with you, because I can't be the only one that's going through this, and I want to be as transparent as I can and help parents who are going through things, even if it's just the OCD or grief or both or all the things. I have an action plan, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be long, and it's heartbreaking. It already is heartbreaking. I haven't gone to bed without sobbing myself to sleep in 4 weeks. And, on top of that, I miss Colette myself. I'm grieving myself. And now I'm helping a very angry, confused little one. So we're going to talk about guilt. We're going to talk about parenting. We're going to talk about mental disorders and grief and what we can do as one, as a community, not individually anymore. It hasn't worked to all live our own lives behind closed doors. We need to share our truths and help each other out. So I plan to bare my soul and tell you the truth of what's been going on and how I plan to try to do my best to help and I get rid of my guilt to do this adequately. And I'm just planning on sharing all of this with you tomorrow morning. But I got to take care of myself and I've got to get some sleep. If I get 8 hours tonight, I'm going to feel like I've slept for a year, I think, compared to what's been going on. So I don't want to let anybody down. I will be on in the morning and we will be talking about all of these things. And so I hope that you guys all have a good night, and I plan to go shut my eyes right now. Don't forget to smile beautiful, you guys. We can make it through anything. We really can. And once we start working together, it's just going to be such an amazing world. And the world's changing and it's time. It's time to do it together. So I will see you in the morning. Have a good night, guys.